Good to be punctual.
Yeah,
It's the West Coast Podcast, the #1 live podcast. Back again.
on Earth.
Back again. We were off last week. Everyone was doing the Christmas thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoying themselves. Hiding from that Omnicron or whatever the hell they call it. Shit. That got everybody.
Dude.
That got everybody.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was wild.
And people are still getting it. But the cool part is that, you know, it's not killing people.
I mean, so far, not
Yeah.
did kill me.
Yeah, you still, you alive? But yeah, that shit was everywhere, bro. It's still everywhere. But, you know, every other country I've read that they're starting to, what's it called, come down on...
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool. It's cool, man. Hey, it happens. It happens. So it's what number, Mario?
60-something.
62.
Oh.
Damn, we're getting up there, bro.
Wow.
Almost
job,
senior
guys.
citizens. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we can already get that AARP.
That's right.
At 62, right?
Danny's you is 55, man. You
Damn.
get started
I'm more of a
getting
norms.
discounts.
I'm more of a norms
Sure.
guy.
That is such an old person fucking place to go
Three,
eat.
Norms?
what are you doing? 3 bacon, 3 sausage, 3 eggs, and 3 pancakes, bro.
Oh,
Anywhere they
shit.
serve
Oh,
breakfast
wow.
and you want to ask for 3 of the each. I'm sure.
We have a special guest today.
Yep.
Introduce her.
Okay,
Is
this
it your
is
friend?
yeah, absolutely. This
Friend
is
of everybody's.
one after this friend of the show. This is one of my oldest. How long have we been friends, Danica?
Gosh, since like 2009?
Sure. So at least like over 10, 12 years solid. We used to work at the tattoo shop together before she expanded her wings and went off and created her own empire.
Small kingdom.
I just went and created. Kingdom is a kingdom.
Hell yeah.
It is.
My friend Danica 19XIX. Welcome, please.
Hey, thank you
Hell
so
yeah.
much for having me. Thank you so
From
much.
Greenbow, Alabama. Just like
You've
Forrest
talked
Gump.
about her quite a bit.
Alabama.
Oh, sorry. I used to tell her all the time that she was from, because Forrest Gump is from Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah.
So I tell her all the time that she was
Go
from.
Tide.
That she was from. Oh, don't tell her.
Roll Tide, baby.
Don't tell her anything about the fuck. That's Alabama for real, right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit.
They're my fighting words.
Yeah. Well, excited to be here. Thanks,
Hey,
everybody.
Danica's the only person I know that's ever got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
We're starting off the bat.
I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but that just jumped. I was like, when did I meet Danica? I was like, oh, I met
Yeah.
her right after her car got hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Her car got hit by lightning.
Yeah, and I had just bought it like 2 weeks before.
Was it red lightning?
It was white lightning. And it came from the sky. I was going down the highway at like 70 miles an hour, and it was raining in Alabama, and I was getting ready to move to California. I was getting ready to pack up my car and drive out. And yeah, and this rope of light from the sky came down and like right in front of me, just hit the hood of the car, and then the car just died. All the electronics, everything in it it was just dead.
Damn.
And yeah, it was
Can you imagine?
I hadn't even made a payment on the
She's
car.
superhero. I bet she got some kind of power and shit, right?
I mean, how many people get to be that close to lightning and survive?
Yeah,
and just be like,
exactly.
hey, it was chill. It was a cool experience. I mean, my car got fucked, but, you know, it was cool.
So she'd come into the tattoo shop looking for a job. You know, it's like, yeah. So she gets hired. It's like she's supposed to be out. Okay, I'll be here in 3 weeks or however long it is.
Yeah.
And then gets a call like, hey, I'm not going to be there. My car got hit by lightning.
Dude, it was landed.
It's like, oh, yeah,
Shit.
Sure it did.
Yeah. I know. I remember Kevin was like, that's like saying, like, my dog ate my tattoo machines. I can't come out. And we're just like, oh, I know. It's true, though.
Shazam. We got Shazam in the house.
That's right.
Yeah. for
So
real.
when the car got hit by lightning, kind of run me through it. I mean, I've never known anyone to get that close to
know.
lightning before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, tell me, like,
Yeah.
what happened?
Well, I mean, it was very quick. And like it just looked like I said, a rope of light. It was just this white, glowing, kind of like maybe about this thick, and just right in front of me onto the hood of the car. And then I saw, like, you know how you can kind of see under your hood a little bit from like your windshield?
Yeah.
And it was just like orange under there, and I was like, oh. And then it was
Don't look
gone,
good.
you know. And then it was gone, and the car was just like,
What wow. So the car just powered down.
Oh yeah, it
couldn't
was just,
steer.
It was over. It was just like done, and I was like in the middle of the highway, and it was raining like crazy.
Did anybody pull over and be like, "Yo, we just saw you get hit by lightning"?
No.
Yeah, how many people? I would have. Come on, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Lightning's coming! Get out of here!
And then my family was like, because I was getting ready to move out here, right? So like, and then my family was like, well, don't you think that's a sign that maybe you shouldn't leave? And I'm like, I got struck here. I think it's a sign that I should get the fuck out. Like I'm getting struck here. So
Was it a brand new car?
brand new? I hadn't even made a payment.
Oh shit!
It was crazy.
Did you have that gap insurance?
I had some insurance, and it was like $200 away from being totaled, but they did fix it. They just had to replace every bit of wiring and computer in the car. It was
Okay.
insane. And I still have it. I drove it over here.
How is that even like? It's crazy how they will fucking take these cars and say they're salvage because whatever. But I mean, when you have to replace everything in there and the labor and all the wiring.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And I just had the car. I just ended up being like, I can't wait any longer. So I just like flew out here, started working, and then had my mom ship the car when they finally fixed it. And then I've been riding around it ever since.
On there, thank you everyone who's logging into the West Coast. Samuel out there in Facebook, I heard when your car's the safest place to get hit by lightning.
Well,
So
we have some anecdotal evidence.
Confirmed. I mean, I was kind of disappointed because I didn't feel like any tingles or anything.
Sure, you got
like
nothing.
My hair didn't go up, nothing. But
No
I mean,
powers, fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but it was cool.
wow.
Hey, lightning.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
story and a half,
Right?
right?
I got hit by lightning.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, I feel very blessed.
What a way to kick off! Like, hey, I'm about to relocate. Like, zap!
I know,
like, holy
man.
fuck!
And I was like, who does this happen to? Like I
You.
was so bummed. But in hindsight, it's fun.
So, what made you decide to move out to the West Coast? You heard the West Coast Pop Like Podcast, #1 podcast
Yes,
on
that's
Tuesday. Like, let me
that's
relocate
exactly
right
what
now.
happened. That's exactly what happened. I had fallen in love, and I came out here to be with this dude.
Oh, you're looking at me
love.
like I'm. Woo!
I did it, But we were together for a long time. We're not together anymore, but we were together for like 9 years. So
Okay,
I feel
that's a
like
good- that's a-
it was a good run.
Her
wasn't-
stalking worked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for all of you out there
I'll
who
follow
want to
you.
chase somebody across the
I'll
country,
follow you. Is
go
this
for
cool?
it.
And it worked out well. So but ran its course.
I mean, anything to kind of whatever the motivation is to kind of get in gear to try something
Yeah,
different and
right.
outrageous, and once again to move to this side where you got
Yeah.
everyone else moving away because they can't afford the fucking
that
sunshine
was-
tax.
Right.
she was told, but I was told by Danica while we worked together that she would rather stay out here and live in a cardboard box than ever go back to Alabama. Like
Right,
that
and now you see the
Yeah,
the homelessness situation. Other people feel the same way. A lot of other people feel the same way.
And a lot of people are not from here.
they're like, I'm not going back
I'm gonna
home.
live in a
no.
cardboard box. Like, I'm not going
back home.
By the way, a
you know?
cardboard box on Sunset still gonna be $1,500 with
Right.
no bathroom, no parking,
For real.
and no pets allowed in your cardboard
That
box.
is fucking correct.
So you didn't come for movie stardom. You didn't come for any of the Hollywood shit. You came
No,
for
no.
love.
I came for love. I was like, hey, I like this fool. I want to go hang out
Yeah.
and see where this goes. But then out of our relationship was born my internet celebrity or whatever.
Your show, yeah.
My show.
Yeah.
We worked on a show together. And he did he was my director for a while, and then I was
So
like,
you want to
hosting
talk
and
about,
writing and-
like I was telling Danica, that our show is basically, the overarching theme of our show is going for it. You know, like
Yeah.
fucking, and creating your
fucking go
something.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched her create something from nothing. You know, like they
Yeah.
well, it's true. Like you talk about how many people that are success, especially doing any kind of entertainment stuff. Like how many of them have an uncle in the industry, or how many of them got a bunch of money, or how that there's always something.
Or their intention was to come out here for that.
Right.
Right.
And I saw hard work and talent and just perseverance
Yeah.
went out. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just.
I was in the right place at the right time. Just things clicked really well, and it worked. If it fits, it ships.
Yeah. It does.
And so
But
now I'm my own director, and now I'm my own editor and everything, and so that's been really cool learning to do all that. It's been awesome. I really like it.
Tell us a little bit about the show. What's it called? Where can we find it?
Yes.
We're broadcasted on this awesome app called the Local Music Experience. So we're gonna introduce the LME fan to all kinds of new things about Danica. So let's get into that.
All right. Well, I started on YouTube, so you can find me as Comic Book Girl 19 on YouTube. I have a lot of videos on there. And then I also stream on Twitch, and I'm streaming as Dasnika Xix, which is Roman numeral 19. So I kept the 19, but I'm like rebranding. But yeah, because you can't be, comic book girl forever. I mean, I feel like the internet's made a woman of me. I don't feel like a girl anymore. I feel like the internet is rough, and I am no longer.
You're past that.
I'm past it. So I'm rebranding as Dasnika Xix, but I'm still Comic Book Girl 19 on YouTube. So
okay.
Yeah. But we had the Comic Book Girl 19 show. Recently this year, it's kind of been rebranded as the Dasnika Xix show, but it's still on the Comic Book Girl 19 channel.
Same format as what it was before, or has that changed?
Similar, very similar. Because I don't have just a lot of. I talk about pop culture stuff, but I go a little bit deeper, and we talk about like esoteric, like themes.
She finds a way to make it weird and hippie.
Talk about like magic.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah. It's never
magic.
Magic with a K too, like fucking occult tarot card. Fucking. This is a magical person right here. This is a witch that we're fucking dealing with.
Yes.
To make it a long story short.
Witchery.
She's a witch.
There's some witchery going on. There's some witchery going on for sure. So yeah, and we kind of, like I said, we take some deep dives into things, and it's not just me. I used to have a Robot in a Space Brain co-host, but now my cat Beans is my co-host, and then I also have these two troll puppets, these two trolls. They recently they told me their names recently. It's Brock and Berta.
Brock is the shit.
Dude, Brock has his own spin-off show. He's doing his own movie reviews now. My troll that lives in my walls is now like doing his own movie reviews.
She got a troll that is that.
But yeah, they don't like me, and so they're always causing trouble and shit. And so it's
fucking trolls.
It's very much like I feel like I'm influenced by Pee-wee's Playhouse, by Elvira, by Mystery Science Theater 3000, and like Wayne's World. Those influences.
All the cool 80s and 90s stuff.
Yeah,
Sounds like a Four Loko right there.
With all those things combined, being in my weird body, and then talking about comic book stuff and pop culture
So what I got out of this right now is that you turned your ex into a cat.
With all the magic.
Right? Magicked him into a cat.
Kind of.
He's gone.
Right.
Here's a cat.
Yeah, here's a cat. I have a cat.
Well, actually, like, there's a plot line going on that Danica is a variant, like from Loki. Danica is a variant from the multiverse who threw Comic Book Girl 18 into a separate universe, and so she's somewhere else, and the trolls are like trying to like out me and like prove that I'm a pretender.
It's all super. It's like
it's
it's like wrestling. You know what I mean? Where if you just try to pick it up right now, but if you've been watching, I've been watching the whole time. Yeah. So everything that she's saying, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Like all this makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, because like I used to have a very specific hairstyle. It was like rainbow colors. I had this like kind of mohawk thing going on, and then after the split, I shaved all of it off. And I was bald for a while, and I was just like, I gotta do something new. I gotta like, this is a new thing, and like changing my hair color. That's a comic book girl trick. So I shaved it all off, and I've started over. Now I have this really cool red mullet. I think it's really cool. And so, but like, yeah. So that's kind of was like when the head shaved happened. That's when the variant popped in and like got rid of it. And so she shaved her head, and here we are today.
Yeah.
I need.
We've got B plots. I got subplots in my fucking.
By the way,
show.
I am sold on everything that she's fucking selling.
Call up Brock's. Do Brock's movie review on
Brock's
on
Raw
YouTube.
Reviews. Brock's Raw Reviews.
Is that on Twitch or is that on
YouTube?
YouTube.
Brock's review. The first one is fucking the shit.
Oh my god, it's so much fun. Like I love my troll puppets so much. They're like my favorite.
So you follow your heart out this way for one thing, and then all of a sudden you just create a show with characters, or was this something you always wanted to do? Or?
It was something that I had been wanting to do. And I was just like...
Tell them what your degree from college is in.
I do have a degree in comic books from...
Wait, is there such a thing?
Don't say what it's called. Don't say
it. I have a bachelor's in sequential art.
What the fuck is that?
It's a real fancy way of saying comic books.
Oh.
Yeah, sequential.
Okay.
It's sequential art. You know, you
Yeah.
have a sequence of panels and whatever.
Oh, there you go.
So from Savannah College of Art and Design. And I was, as Johnny C said, I was working as a humble tattooer when I first came out here. But then, yeah, I was watching my ex, who was a filmmaker, making stuff, and it was just taking too long. And I was like, you can't take like 4 years to make a film. You know, I was just like, why don't we just get me drunk, talk about the X-Men on the couch, see what happens. You know, like let's do it. And then eventually, after I was threatening to leave, he was finally like, okay, let's try it. You know, and I was like, okay, and then we did. And then the show was born, and you know.
And then the beauty of the way the universe works, you know, how this all comes together, is like Danica was putting me up on Game of Thrones before the show ever was even talked about. Like while it was still books, A Song of Fire and Ice, she's telling me about the Lannisters. Yeah. She got Lannister's tattoo.
Right.
So she's putting me up on all, game. You know what I mean? All she knows fucking all this shit. Then the show becomes a thing. And so she starts releasing long form videos of digging in. Like, yo, you guys think you know what's up, but let me tell you what's actually going on
this
from
is
the book.
epic history.
And that
blew up.
it was the right time for when that show came out. And then
because everybody wanted that lore.
Shoot,
And
they
I had
wanted
that
to know
lore.
it. She knew it all.
Like,
you know,
I'm good at explaining complicated universes to people and making it understandable. That's one of my things I'm good at. So whether it's the X-Men or Game of Thrones or Dune, I take those fucking crazy universes and I'm just like, hey, here's what's going on. Let me explain it to you. And people are like, oh, now I get it. This is cool.
I just learned what Dune was like recently.
I was trying to tell him about Paul Atreides. I was trying to tell him, but you know, I don't know.
I talk about Dune a lot. I talk about Dune a lot.
I'm telling you right now, I'm already liking and subscribing, and I need to go back. I mean, is there past episodes that we can kind of go back and look at on YouTube?
Well, like,
Yeah,
Brando said right there, the Epic History says the Epic History series is awesome. All the Epic Histories.
Oh, hey, baby.
Are fucking badass.
Yeah, and especially the Epic History X-Men series. I did 3 one-hour documentaries about
Holy shit.
the X-Men. And there's like the first one's just about like where they came from, like what influenced like their creation. And it goes from like their 1964 debut to like 1975 when they became kind of like A-listers because they were like not really a huge comic for a while there. And then the next 2 are about the Phoenix Saga. So you have the Phoenix Saga and then the Dark Phoenix Saga. So we go like all the way from 1964 all the way to 1980 and everything that happens to the X-Men.
I mean, I'm looking
Telling
at
you, man.
I'm looking at this video right here. X-Men Epic History, 1.5 million views, 69,000 views. I mean,
That one
people
that was a big
are
one.
watching. 162,000 views. I mean, holy shit, that's crazy. 292,000 views. Like,
So what do you
I wish
got?
they all got views like that, though. They all got views like that, but that one did, so.
I mean, I don't know too many people I know personally with that kind of views. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of like getting like a 1 million hit video is like lightning, though, Frank. It's like it's struck by lightning. It just randomly kind
More
of,
than
you're in the
once.
right place
Yeah,
at
it
the
keeps
right
happening.
time.
You keep getting hit by lightning
I know,
over and over
I do have a
again.
lightning bolt tattooed on my foot, so, but yeah,
I would
it's,
too.
it's a thing, you know, but yeah, it's fun. Like the Ghostbusters one video was a really big one for me because when that Ghostbusters movie came out with all the chick Ghostbusters, and like, we all knew it was going to be a crappy movie, but then it got co-opted into this whole like feminist fucking narrative that was like super lame, and they're like trying to spin it like this movie's a good movie and people just don't like it because they hate women, and you're like, no, it's just not a very good movie. But all these dudes couldn't say anything. Like all these male reviewers were like, fuck, they couldn't say anything because then they were gonna be like, oh, you just hate women. So I was the woman who got to stand up and be like, no, this movie's not that good.
it's garbage.
And that, like, I was just in a very, again, right place at the right time. Worked out. That video got like a shit ton of views.
What do you think about the new Ghostbusters?
Man, it wasn't very good.
The new one? Did you want the Paul Rudd one? I didn't see it. I didn't watch
Okay,
it.
so I love the little girl Egon's granddaughter. I've always wanted a little girl Egon. I've always wanted that. So they gave that to me, and every time she was on screen, I was like, yes. And then she had like this little like boy that was like a little Ray analog named Podcast, and like whenever they were doing shit, I was like totally in. But Finn Wolfhard, Stranger Things, I didn't give a fuck about his character. I don't care if he gets laid. Like, I don't care about his, like, that's his whole story arc. It's like, will he have sex with this, like, hot older black chick? And I'm like, I'm here for ghost busting. This is not him busting. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
No dude busting.
No, not him.
No
like,
dude
that's
busting.
not what
I'm not here for nut busting, man. I'm here for ghost busting.
And then the mom was a fucking bitch. Like, I hated the mom's character. Like, she was just, like, really cruel and mean. And I don't know. And then they brought, like, Harold Ramis back from the dead. They had, like, a ghost Egon. And it looked just like him. But it was like, oh, you shouldn't have brought him out for this. Like, and it didn't make any sense. Like, Gozer looked cool, but she didn't do anything. She never asked anyone about the form of the Destructor. Like, what?
I don't even know
I don't know how that is either.
Like, what? When she comes out, she's like, choose the form of the Destructor, and then the Marshmallow Man, right?
yes.
And then they have little tiny Marshmallow Men, but for like no reason. It makes no sense. And they're just like running around Walmart being crazy, you know? And you're just like, what the fuck?
Push this.
Yeah, this is...
So, yeah, you can follow her on Comic Book Girl 19 on YouTube.
Yes.
And here we have one of Brock's reviews. He's reviewing, let's see, what is he reviewing on this one?
Lamb and Venom. Venom 2.
Let's get that on that screen. There we go.
Got your... Put that volume up.
Yeah.
Reviews, where we review movies Rodong style. Today we're talking about two movies that couldn't be more fucking different. First up, we've got Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. And let me tell you what, guys, I just couldn't help but think that I wish that Sony would sack up and finally make the hard R Venom movie that we've all been waiting for. I'm tired of this PG-13 crap. So in the sequel, we get 90 minutes, which I love that it's a 90-minute movie, by the way. We get 90 minutes of Eddie Brock and Venom fighting like a married old couple. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, that's why I wanted to see them fight the whole time. I didn't want to see him be the lethal Avenger, whatever the fuck. Like, I didn't get any of that. The whole movie, I was just like, give Venom some brains, dude. What is your problem? And he's just like, the brains he is giving him are like chicken brains. Like, come on, do you see the size of Venom? He's huge. He needs at least like a pig brain or a cow brain, or definitely some bad guy brains. I didn't get what the problem was. I was just so frustrated because in the first movie, which I really liked a lot, like Eddie Brock was started off as a really cool guy, you know? He had the Brock Report, and that's a real inspiration for this show, you know? Like, I wanted to see him get back on top. And in this movie, he was just even lower than before. It's like, dude, move on, quit being a simp. Anne doesn't want to be with you. She's getting married to Dan, okay? Get laid.
By the way, I love the production on here. I love how detailed the puppet is. The troll, I'm sorry, Brock.
Yeah.
I love how everything's spelled out. And once again, you're now doing all this stuff on your own.
Mm-hmm.
See, because Brock started out with his chick. They were trolls. Like, they would come into her reviews and talk shit and be like, fuck, you know, like trolls, like internet trolls.
Yeah.
And that has slowly morphed into Brock becoming the thing that he hated, you know? He hates internet movie reviewers.
But
and now he's a goddamn internet movie reviewer.
Yeah.
Did you make the puppet or something? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one thing that I love about making a show is that there's so many different, like, I like to do so many different things, and I can do everything with this. Like, I can use every fucking talent, plus discover new talents I never even knew that I had making a show. Whether it's lighting or writing or
editing,
performing or editing or
fuck all
making
fuck all that other stuff. You learned to edit.
I learned to edit, bitch, like on Premiere. Holy shit, you know, and like making puppets and making costumes, and it's just and doing my own makeup and hair and everything. I mean, it's super fun that I just get to do so many different things. And then also, I love making merch. Like, I just love making merch. I gave you guys some of my lip balm, my CBD,
thank
spice,
you.
Straight from
spice
Arrakis.
melange,
The
lip
spice
balm.
must flow.
Dude.
And you know what? The crazy part is that story continues to always come on here when we bring guests. It's the non-fear of just trying shit.
Taking a chance.
Just not even taking a chance, just trying it. Like, just fuck with it.
Right.
It's made easy enough for you to get it, to find, to figure it out. And there's so many people that have done it that you can find videos on how to do it.
Every time I'm editing, I'm looking up tutorials, and there's a tutorial for anything you need to do.
How do
on
fucking
Premiere, on fucking YouTube, like anything you need to do. And every time I learn something new, every time I edit, I learn something new. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking.
So to me, it ends up being more like, hey, people are lazy. People are lazy, bro.
I'm not gonna talk about people, but I will talk about me and like the thing, just the editing, like screaming and yelling about editing, because I know that looks like from afar.
Crazy.
Just and watching people do that, it makes me scratch my head. And Danica was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, so I have to learn how to edit." And then 2 weeks later, she's like, "So hey, I have this super cool video." It's like, "You did that? Like, how? Like, I don't understand. I can't even make it. Like, I can't work iMovie on my phone, and you're out here like making real things. And when you didn't know how to do it 2 weeks ago."
Well, I feel like I rogued. You know, like the X-Men, I love all the X-Men. I feel like I'm like a little bit of each of them, and I use my rogue powers on my X, and I learned how to edit just by like watching him and like helping him with his shit and stuff, and then it's just like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
Now I have the power.
My boy G, that's what he did. You know, he has his own Twitch channel or whatever, and he does little videos and stuff, and all he did was just like stayed at his shop for hours upon hours.
Or even you making flyers on your goddamn phone.
Yeah, for us.
Do you know what I mean? You make stuff on the phone. Like, you know, who's this on the phone?
I don't know, Johnny. We're about to find out, though.
Answer that goddamn phone. Who is it?
Caller, you're on the West Coast, Pop Lock.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Jim,
Hi, Jim.
and I'm just calling to say, like, I noticed Danica was going to be on the show tonight, so I decided to give her a call and say hi.
Oh, hey, Jim. How's it going? How long have you been a follower?
Well, ever since, back in the day, like before 2016, like when I first started using YouTube, you were like one of the first recommendations on my list or whatever.
Oh, wow. When the algorithm was being kind to me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, who is this? Thumbnail. I like that, and I've been following ever since. Well, at least I've been keeping tabs here and there.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jim. Do you remember like what some of the first videos you watched were?
Well, I immediately noticed that you were in a comic book, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this out.
Yeah.
And I just remember that haircut from like way back when. I can't remember the very first video I saw, but
yeah. That was a cool haircut, man.
It left an impression.
It did. It was cool as fuck.
Hell yeah.
But now, like, every chick on fucking stupid video game has that haircut. And now it's, like, mainstream, so it's kind of lame. So I had to, like, move on. And,
Just keep going.
There was absolutely, on Fortnite, there was a woman that looked, I texted it to her. I was like, have you been in contact with Fortnite? Like, did they make a you in this game?
Yes, they did.
Looks
Yes, they did.
just like you.
For real.
Fortnite owes you some money.
She's an archetype now. I mean, like.
Yeah, she's on there. Like, she's in the game. She became, like,
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
And just out of
there's
curiosity,
so many
caller.
doppelgangers floating around, like in comic books. I noticed one in comic books and everything like that. It's great.
Totally. It's
you got
crazy.
the Marvel version, not you got the DC version.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, caller, where are you calling from? What city? What state?
I am on the East Coast, right around Boston.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Holding it down.
Cold as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, hey, tomorrow's my birthday. So
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday.
All right,
Happy birthday, bro.
We
All
hope,
right, so I gotta go get ready for tomorrow, get some rest, because I'm gonna be partying hard.
Yeah. Rest up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Rest up.
All right, thanks, Jim.
And I just want to say thank you, Danica, for all the cool content you put out. You're really great. I know a lot of people love your shit, and I'm really happy that I got to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jim. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday. Wasn't Zach fucking calling in and talking shit for once?
Oh, you guys got some trolls?
We got just one. We got one. You know what I mean?
Some trolls.
Peace out, guys.
All right,
Peace out.
Jim.
I don't even know if this is the real Danica. It could be one from
She's
the
a variant.
fucking
Yeah,
another.
she's from the
It could be a
multiverse.
fucking- it could be
knows?
s-
Who knows?
Speaking of the goddamn multiverse, Danica, before we came here, Danica and I went and saw Spider-Man.
No way home.
And not only did we see Spider-Man, we saw it in 4DX.
4DX.
Which is like if you've never been in a
Bro.
4DX movie theater.
It's awesome.
I have
wait
another
a
different
minute.
words for it. but like you sit and it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And it spits on you.
Right. And it
shoots,
flashes at
yeah,
you.
it shoots air in your ears, but none of it is
and mists
timed
you.
completely right. Like,
How do you fucking eat your popcorn?
you
Dude,
it be-
that's what I was talking about.
you
I was
cannot
like,
eat and drink in this.
Bro.
Watching Spider-Man, you could not eat and drink during this movie.
I don't understand how you could have a drink in your cup. I mean, there's cup holders, but it's like this would go everywhere in a regular drink with just like a lid on it.
It took me a while after we left to feel right. Like I
Like
left going like,
I feel like I got beat up by a chair for 2 hours, like an angry chair that hated me, that didn't want me sitting in it, and it was like, get out, and you're just like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow, you guys had the worst fucking experience.
It was just a
possible.
lot. It was
Jesus,
a lot.
because I will say that I went on one of those, and
Yeah.
What
granted,
movie did you see?
I saw Last Jedi, I believe, on it.
All right,
And
so there's some
and
action.
the things that were happening on that, it enhanced. Everything was on
Yeah.
point. I was
Right.
getting spit and fucking.
Every time there was an action scene, I was like, oh no.
I know.
Like, every time I was like, no.
I mean, I
no,
liked
you know?
it. There was like a scene where like Sandman was there and he's like, and they were like blowing air on you and stuff. And like, I like that.
The
shit.
air was cool.
Like
I
air
liked
was
the
cool. Like there was a lot
alright.
of cool shit, but like just the like all it fucking hurt.
The jolting.
that sucks.
Yeah, and I felt kind of sick.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do. You got to make me feel sick.
Right. I
feel
felt like
a
car
little-
sick. It
I
was
feel a
feeling
little
like
car
car
sick.
sick.
I
you
feel a
know?
little car sick.
I just
Yeah.
want to sit there, eat my popcorn, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm fucking
I want
sugar
to see the
daddies.
chillest movie in 4DX where it's like massaging you and just
You're
like,
like on a
gently
boat.
swaying.
Fall asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know what movie that would be, but that's the movie I want to see in 4DX.
Magic Mike.
Oh, shit.
I will say when I did go see the Star Wars one, like it was really cool as far as like panoramic scenes. Like it did like move with the camera,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
enhanced it. So I guess I'm glad I didn't go see an action movie where you're
Right.
fucking swinging with fucking
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah, swinging with Spider-Man was tough.
It was pretty rough, man.
Yeah,
Woo,
it was rough.
It took me a little while after to feel right. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, we need to get some food. I need to drink. I need to close
Yeah.
my eyes for a little bit. Like,
I need to absorb this hate that this chair just this pain.
I did like the movie though.
Let me ask, Danica, now that I feel we're in a safe space, I know what you're fucking about. I'm an instant fan. I'm going to start following you on everything like
Thanks, Mario.
crazy stalker status.
Yeah.
What do you feel about X-Men 97?
I feel like it really shows that they don't know what the fuck to do with the X-Men. That they're just
Aw,
doing
really?
the 90s thing again. Because that was like the peak, you know? It's like the 90s shit. Because we all watched the cartoon, or a lot of us watched the cartoon series in 1994. That's where I got, you know, my X-Men from. And that's like where it started for me.
That was the gateway drug.
It's a
cartoon.
very special time to a lot of us, and but it's like I don't know. I feel like they're so lost now, and it's like I get why they would go back to the 90s, and I hope it's good. But I've just been like Disney ever since Disney took over Marvel. They've just fucked the X-Men like so hard, like over and over. Where I'm to the point where I've been avoiding going to the comic book store because I need to break up with the X-Men and say, stop putting this in my comic book box. Like I can't keep doing this anymore.
So the new comics that are coming out now are just garbage?
It's been so rough. Like Hickman took over and was doing Hawks and Pox, and like that reset everything, which was like cool as fuck. I love that. But then like when he took over after that event, and it was just like, okay, now we're just doing the comics. It was just, it's gotten really weird. They're like immortal now, and they can be like reborn. Like if they die, they can get reborn out of these weird little eggs and get their consciousnesses uploaded and stuff. And they're all living together on one island. Like all the mutants, like even the villains, and they're all working together and stuff like that. And they have like these weird drugs that they're like leveraging against the humans to be like, let us have our own Krakoa nation. And it's just like, they keep I don't know, they're just like these dumb sword tournaments that don't mean anything. And I just hate it. X of Swords was terrible. And there's just, they don't know what they're doing. They're just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks. And the Hellfire, oh my God, the Hellfire Gala, the Hellfire Gala like bummed me out. That was the turning point for me. I love the Hellfire Club. They were villains. Now they kind of have their own area. They're still kind of, questionable, whatever. But I got this comic and I was reading it and it was just like the lamest shit ever. And it was like, wow, they really took something that was cool and made it like the lamest they possibly could. I mean, it's like, what is George R.R. Martin doing in this scene? What is Kevin Feige doing here? What the fuck is Patton Oswalt doing in this frame? Like,
What the hell?
what are they doing? Like, huh? And then they dressed Iceman up in this like the worst drag I've ever seen. It was really embarrassing. It was awful. It was terrible.
Is the X-Men better in any other dimension but this one? I That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, there is a universe where it's kicking. But the thing is, everything has its lifeline. You know, things are born, they grow, and eventually, you know.
It changes, it dies, you get new writers, new concept. Look at Batman. How many Batmans are there? It doesn't change the story of Batman, but there's different storytellings, and that's the cool thing with comics. No one ever stays truly dead unless it's something that they're not selling in commercial, and it's something that they can't do. And that was one of the things about like Transformers growing up. I love the whole aspect of it. I love the storyline, and they killed off a cartoon character because it didn't sell the toy anymore. And how are we going to introduce a new toy line for next season? And how are we going to introduce 100 of these toys for next season? We're gonna kill everyone off, and here's a cartoon. And same thing with comics. It's just like they kind of grow into that stuff, but I mean...
Have you read Berserker? Is that what that says? Keanu Reeves' new comic book?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it, but I have not read that one. I haven't read that one. I've been like... I just read a lot of webtoons now. It's like comics on your phone for free.
Sure.
And I'm kind of like hooked. Like, and I never thought I'd be that guy. Like, I was just like, I like my fucking...
You like to touch them.
I like to touch my comics. But like now I'm just like hooked on these webtoons. So I've been doing a lot of like Korean like webtoon like romance comics. And then other stuff too. Like they've got sci-fi stuff.
Sure.
They've got horror stuff. But that's like my jam now.
You know what? Oscar out there in Facebook in the West Coast land. Yes. This is a nerd boner alert.
Because we got her on here for?
We have Danica, Danica Xix, Comic Girl 19, or Comic Book Girl. I'm sorry. Right?
It fucks everybody up. It's not just you. It's too long.
Well, I'm dyslexic as fuck.
Hey, look, you're a guest on the West Coast Pop Walk podcast, so don't tell us about anything that's too long. All right?
For sure.
Yeah, last time the X-Men was good was like when Jason Aaron was writing it, and I really love that because he was just like, we're in the school and we're watching these kids and it's fun, and like it was fun, and that's the thing that X-Men has been missing is just like the fun. And I'm just so tired of seeing them get beaten down and everything's so serious and it's the new big bad and we gotta save the world from this and save the world from that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Can we just like hang out?
Sure.
And just like, like we can have big problems too, but like I just love Jason Aaron. Like, hey, we're focusing on these different kids and like getting the next group to come up, and then like a lot of the old X-Men are teachers and stuff like that. And like it was really cool. Wolverine was the head of the school, and so he was like it was like an odd. Like fish out of water for him, where he's like, I'm not a fucking headmaster.
It's like the uncle that gets a kid. I don't know what to do with this guy.
And it was really fun, and like it was really cute, and I really liked it. But
was Fantastic Four ever good?
I've never done a lot of Fantastic Four. I've never like read Fantastic Four. That has been something on my.
So no.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know.
I'm very
good enough for get read.
I don't read everything, you know. I get
well,
on my one
I'm just
things
saying
that
it's
I'm
not on your
obsessed
radar,
on.
so
it never
must
made
not
it.
be good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I enjoyed the cartoons in the 80s when they were around, and they were like obviously dictated on like a lot of the comic book stuff.
Yeah.
But I loved all the comic in the 90s, all the cartoons, even the Batman the Animated Series.
Batman the Animated Series is good. Like it's quality. It's
I knew
so
nothing.
good.
Well, I knew nothing when we started the tattoo shop, like nothing, less than nothing. And like that, like I ended up reading fucking Flex Mentallo and All-Star Superman and like and all this shit that I would have never fucking read. They're all spectacular, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And found out about Galactus and fucking, and Beta Ray Bill and all this other shit that I would have known nothing about. And I'm not that I'm happy that I know about any of this now. I'm not saying it's a good thing. But none of these things were on my radar, and it's like it's got pounded into. There was like this whole.
Well, I mean, we're hanging out for like 10 hours a day, and we're trading books.
Well, then she's got all kinds of shit, on her station. All these little. It's like, who's this? Who's that? It's like, oh, let me tell you about.
And this is like before I was doing Comic Book Girl, you know. So
it's like I saw the show before there was a show. You know what I mean? It's like, well, let me tell. Well, so in 1972, I was like, what? How did we get in the 70s?
Right.
You asked.
Yeah.
I'm so excited we're getting to fucking nerd out. And shit like this doesn't fucking happen. I try to tell Steve about stuff, and he just gets like, no, why? That's stupid. Like,
I tried to bring up Dune. Neither one of these fools are into Dune.
I didn't know about Dune. Like, obviously, like, I know, like, that Star Wars grab almost everything from it and whatnot. And I know,
excuse me that we don't have a Danica to fucking hand walk us through all fucking Dune and all these universes and shit, hand feed us.
I did get
If you let me borrow
spoon-fed.
her, I can fucking catch the fuck up.
It's true. I was spoon-fed all of this. That's absolutely the
come on
truth.
now.
you know what? I've been doing it the old school way, looking at other people's videos, and you have never come across my algorithm, which I'm a little upset about. But
Me too.
I'm glad that at least Jim in the East Coast were the first thing that popped up and saw the hair. And,
It's very
Well, you're the West Coast Jim. Sounds like you're the West Coast Jim right here.
And just looking at the show, overall the production. I mean, obviously you grew as the from the talent, and then obviously doing all the production work. I mean, how crazy was that in the beginning? Like,
It was. I mean, I was like totally unprepared. I had to get drunk and high to just be on camera. Like, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it took a long time to kind of get out of that. Now I don't have to do that, but I used to for sure. And it was kind of like, am I doing it right? But then, and it's funny because I would get filmed and I'd be like, I don't know, was that good? And then I would watch him edit and I would also help and be like, hey, that's a good take, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, wait, this is good. I am like, this works. Like, this is great. Because I'm always, like most artists, I'm like my own worst or my own toughest critic.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, I'm always just like, man, actually, this is like better than I fucking thought. Like it.
Well,
always
especially when you like
tends
it.
to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you like something, you know what I'm saying, and you have the
Right.
knowledge, and you're excited to talk about it and share it, because you're a sharer. I can tell you love to share this shit.
Sharer.
And, but that's what it takes too.
Yeah.
The enjoyment of it. If you're doing something that you don't enjoy, it might not be as good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
You have to enjoy
Well,
it.
that's the secret fucking ingredient.
Yeah.
Is that I have to actually be excited about whatever the fuck I'm talking about, or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's one of the beauties of being able to work independently and work. I don't know, just because I can just kind of talk about whatever I want to in that moment, and I'm not beholden to a producer or a company being like, no, you need to talk about this right now.
Yeah, this is the movie you need to push.
Yeah. But it simultaneously helps me and hurts me, because people want me to talk about certain things at certain times, but I'm like, I don't feel like talking about this right now, or I haven't fucking watched this yet, you know? And then people are like, what the fuck, why aren't you talking about this? And I feel like I kind of got fucked with the whole Dune video. I think it came out a little too late and just didn't get the hits that I thought it was going to get, because I just took too long to get it out. But also I wasn't like invited to any screenings, which I'm still bitter about. I'm like,
But did the movie do as good as you thought it would do?
I mean, the movie itself did well with the public, and it's getting a second one. But for me personally, I was not a huge fan of the interpretation that I saw on screen. I was kind of like, this is very sterilized, and they took a lot of the weird out of it. And
They did take all the weird out of it.
They took all the weird out of it.
Yeah.
It just felt, and I get that you have to make this like palatable for a mainstream audience, but I just feel like there wasn't enough Dune stuffed into this Dune that's like fucking almost 3 hours long. It's like you could have put way more shit in there, but they just kind of like.
Well, you're gonna have a second crack at it.
They're
gonna come out part 2.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll watch it and I'll see it, but I'm not also a big fan of Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya in it. I was just like, and Lady Jessica's portrayal was.
How do you say his name?
Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet. I
And
have
it-
a joke.
Oh, and it's
I
I think
joke
it's
about him,
Zendaya. I think I've been saying it wrong. It's not Zendaya. It's Zendaya. I'm trying to like.
Timothée Chalamet.
Chop. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. I really liked Duke Leto though. Oscar Isaac.
Well, Oscar Isaac,
He's always good though.
He's like,
he's good.
This motherfucker is probably my favorite actor. You know what I mean?
For real.
He's like wrestling it away from Sam Rockwell as being like that, as that dude in those movies.
He's
you know
good.
what I mean? Fuck.
He's good. But I was surprised that Jason Momoa was like palatable though. I was really worried about him, but he actually he brought the only levity to the film that there was, which I appreciated. So, and he snuck his own meme into the film, which was really funny. And I was like, yeah, like meme where he's like coming up behind Superman, where he's gonna like tackle him at the red carpet, and he kind of like did the same move.
Yeah.
Oh, second call?
Oh shit.
Who's this?
Shit.
Al Rock says Johnny C did mention Paul Atreides in the last
I
episode.
did. I was trying. These fools are shutting me down.
What's up, Al Rock?
Caller, you're on the West Coast.
Yo, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
What up? Good. How are you?
Great show so far. I love it. Big
Thank you.
fan.
What's your name, caller?
Subscribed. My name is Tim Heidegger, and I'm calling. No, my name is Brando,
Oh,
What up,
Brando, what's
I
up,
got-
Brando?
What up, man?
Yo, and I got a question for Danica.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? So I've been a fan for a while, and I was wondering, one of the favorite things I love about what you did is the Hunger Games stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I was wondering if you read Battle of the Songbird and Snake yet. I really loved it. I thought it was really great, dealing with like social contract theory and Rousseau and like all the stuff we're kind of seeing now. So
Oh
just
really?
wanted your thoughts on that. Love you very much. I'll be tuning in on the YouTube.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have not read that one yet. I
What
need
is
to
that?
get in on that.
Is it another Hunger Games book?
Well, you tell me, because I'm so off the radar.
Yeah,
Is that like a follow-up
it's like
book?
it's like a prequel to the
Oh.
Hunger Games, where
Oh yeah.
Cornelius Snow, President Snow, is kind of like growing up, and he deals with his own Hunger Games, and learns how to, like, you see the character of President Snow being made,
Oh,
and
I love that.
it's really interesting. I think you'd like it, Dan.
Yeah, I'll definitely put it on my birthday wish list. It's coming up. My birthday,
on it.
my
Sounds good.
Danica's birthday wish list. Get a new book. 'Cause
Hell
I
yeah.
definitely need to get some good books. I haven't been reading any books lately, so I need to get back on that train. Thank you for the recommendation. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
Brandon.
Brando.
Later, man.
Well, you've been on your phone reading, there's
Comics.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Well, I
why.
mean, like a whole ass novel, I'm gonna need it. Because I don't like looking. I mean, I look at screens enough, so
Yeah.
it's just like, well, I don't want to read a whole book on a fucking phone. But I definitely, I do. I do my little birthday wish list, and people are nice on the internet. They buy me stuff from my wish list. It's very
Go
nice.
figure.
It's I'm very loved, and I feel very loved and supported.
Good looking girl.
I hear the weird, creepy level of love from these calls.
Get out of here. But yeah.
I have a
hear
wish list too.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some stuff to hers.
Yeah.
No, I've honestly, like, I have such a great audience. They have been really awesome and supportive, and I'm just so lucky to have, like, I just have a lot of, like, really intelligent, cool people that
Every
follow me.
time, because I've done her stream, you do watch-alongs. What is that, Saturday?
Yeah, the
What is it?
watch-alongs, yeah. They
Do
do
watch-alongs
Mystery
at-
Danica Theater.
Do watch-alongs on the weekend, and talk with the movie, and I've done it a couple times, and her crew is always super cool. All the people in
Yeah.
the chat are all the fed, like,
Yeah, my
everybody
friend,
on
my
her
friend
Twitch stream
Lizzie,
is
she
super
was
cool.
talking about that. She's like, yeah, you have such a, like, great audience. She's
Yeah.
like, the audience I deal with is like, oh, like, they're scary, Like, it's like, you're so lucky, you have such a great audience. But it's like, I guess having higher, more quality content that requires, like, thinkers attracts thinkers.
Sure.
So,
No, you put out your
I've-
lunacy and you attract your lunatics. That's what
yeah.
she puts out her crazy ass shit, and a bunch of other crazy ass
Right,
lunatics
they're
are
like,
like,
yes.
that sounds good.
Yes.
She opens
Yes.
up portals to other dimensions and they let them right in.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very lucky to have such a cool support.
Because there's been
base.
times where she's like, all right, here's what the next video is going to be about. And she lays out some wild shit with tarot cards, and we're digging into mysticism and all
Right.
this shit. And it's like, and they follow right along. And it's like, cool, man. And they fucking not like comprehend, understand, and are down for it. And it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, man. You guys are on another fucking level.
I know. We're getting ready to do a new book club. I'm excited about Inkle Club, where we're reading The Inkle, which is written by Alejandro Jodorowsky and illustrated by Mobius, who's one of the greatest comic book artists of all time. And it's a spiritual experience. So I'm really excited to get into a lot of weird shit with Inkle Club coming up in March. It'll be really
How
cool.
many book clubs does this make?
Okay, let's see here. We've done 4 Dune clubs, and then we done Watchmen, and then we did War Club, and then is there something else that I'm missing? Somebody in the chat, let me know if I'm missing
All of
one.
these
I feel like
have been chapter by chapter, read along and discuss through these books over multiple weeks, where
for
Yeah. sure.
you're digging in
Yeah.
to like deep shit. Like I've watched a lot of the Dune clubs, and it's like
Exorcist Club. That's right, Davey.
Oh, yep,
Exorcist. We did it.
Exorcist.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did Exorcist Club too. Yeah.
it's fucking like
The Watchmen?
serious shit.
Yeah.
The Watchmen.
Yeah, we did that was like my
which
first
all,
comic
and
book
all
one.
of them, and each one of them all comes along with their own cool merch. Like talking about loving merch, like
Yeah.
whatever bookmarks or fucking cool bathwater.
Yeah, and I have.
No, I'm not joking. You stole fucking bathwater.
I did sell my bathwater, and it wasn't a huge seller though. And I don't know, it could have been. But and I've also I like to just put this out there on all the bookmarks that I've ever made. I have made sure that my boobs are on every bookmark.
It's true.
Every one, whether they've been drawn or sculpted or photographed, they have been on every bookmark. And I feel really proud of that. I don't know. I'm really
You are
excited
doing
about
the
it.
Lord's work.
Yeah,
and we thank
yeah,
you for
right?
that.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
Can
you.
we back order?
Right. Yeah. No, they're
I
available.
mean, and it's as your friend, it's been hilarious too to where you recognize you're like, look, I'm gonna look like this one time during my life,
Right.
And
I need to document.
and there's gonna be some naked pictures of me. Like, fuck that. Like, you got in super good shape,
Right.
And you were like, fuck, like
Let's do it.
this is, and if it's gonna make some money along the way, even
Hell yeah.
fucking better. But
Check it out.
had the bigger thought to be like, fuck that. Like, this is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna want in 30 years, I'm gonna want these pictures.
Totally. I mean, 100%. And like, we've taken some great ones. I'm very proud of them. We've taken some really good ones. In fact, in the new Inkle box that I'm selling, one of the characters in the comic book Anima, which is like a Jungian, like, the Anima from like Carl Jung. Every man has like this idealist feminine version of themselves. Like, it's like the woman part of your brain and your
Big titty
spirit.
slut for sure. is
She's
mine.
she's kind of like a my titty size slut, but yeah, she's just like wearing like this little like loincloth and like that's it for like some of it. And I was like, oh man, I already had those images ready, so I was like, yes, like perfect. I gotta fucking put it on there. So I'm using those. I want to do like the male character too, but I don't know if I'll be able to do a John DeFool cosplay or not, because I do like some drag shit too. So I gotta keep it balanced. I got
Sure.
Dirtbag Dan.
She did Dr. Manhattan, but did it with a dick, like put it like a fucking.
But it was like a hermaphrodite one.
Yeah,
It was like a hermaphrodite one.
was
But I
good.
gave him the choice. It was for the calendar, so you could either have the female one or there was like a dick sticker that you could
Oh,
put
that's
on.
what it was. That's
yeah.
right.
So I made
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
where
yeah.
Pin
you
the tail on
could,
the
if
donkey.
you want, if you wanted to put that on there, you could. I gave him an option.
And look at that, Johnny. You are missed on the channel.
Well, hopefully
We
I'll
miss
be
you,
back.
Johnny
I'll be
C.
on there
Yeah.
soon. Talk to fucking Danica, man.
Hey, you're the one who's got a real job now. You're fucking working, man.
It's
Real
true.
job, Johnny.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
So
I hate it. Having money's the worst.
Is there a new calendar coming out?
No, I'm not doing a calendar this year, and I wish that I could, but I don't know. I kind of hit like I was doing a lot of photos there, and I kind of got burned out on doing photos. I just needed to kind of take some time off, and then COVID happened, and then like I gained some weight, because I was just eating my feelings. And I was just like, I don't feel confident, but I'm like getting my gains back now. I've been going to Gold's Gym like a lot. So I'm like,
Buzz.
Dude, she was getting jacked.
dude, I was.
Right when COVID happened,
Man.
like you were fucking
Pumped.
jacked, man.
bro,
Like, that was-
lost my
like-
gains.
So all you gotta do is go to another universe and get that.
Yeah,
Danica
switch 'em out.
That's buff,
Right.
and get her vibes and come back.
Yeah, no, then she would take over, so I got to maintain
Oh,
my
yeah,
spot
fuck her,
here.
get
There
out
can
of
be
here.
only
That's right.
one.
You're always on your toes.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna
yeah.
try to
But
knock
there's
you
always
down.
I'm always evolving, so the variant thing is a really great way to kind of deal with like the new evolutions. It's like I'm like a Pokemon, and I keep evolving up to the next weird level. This isn't even my final form.
That's right.
Well, it doesn't sound like
And plus, it was this is just the way things worked out. Looking back, when the WandaVision happened,
Yeah.
and then Loki happened,
It was
and
so
it was like
perfect.
just ways to introduce things you'd already been talking about, like concepts you'd already been talking about into the show. Like the
Yeah.
way the timing of it all worked, it was like,
It was so perfect.
God, like it would have seemed like you did it on purpose.
The
you know?
universe
And it was just
hooked it up for me.
and it
for
just
sure.
like fell super into place where it's like, yeah, of course that's what you would talk about.
Right.
And fuck, that's gonna work. When you started breaking down like how it was gonna work at the very, and I was like, this is gonna be fucking rad. And the way
Yeah.
the timing of that shit worked was fucking outstanding.
Yeah, the universe definitely had my back on that one for sure.
Well, yeah, the big sign of lightning coming down from the sky. Fuck yeah. That was when it started.
It did. Well, I remember too very distinctly before I had met this person that I moved out here for. Before that, I was like dating, going on random dates with people, and I went on this date with this like psychic chick, and she was like, "You have to go to California." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "You have to go to California." And I was like, I had no plans to go to California at that moment in time, but then she was right.
She was right.
Like I was
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, yeah." And I did come to California. It's been fucking awesome.
So you really didn't come for him.
Well, I mean,
Sure.
You really didn't. She told you to come. You didn't have it in your mind.
Right.
She told you.
Well, he was the
just
perfect excuse.
There
Sure.
you go.
The perfect
He was
excuse,
Just
the
what I mean?
catalyst.
That's what I was gonna say. He was the perfect catalyst to come here
Yes.
and create your.
Right. I had to be where I needed to be, and the universe gave me
Yeah.
the reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, there's Beans right there.
And Beans cat. My fucking cat.
That's Beans.
Yeah. Yeah. We stand Beans. I was gonna do a Beans puppet, but then I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna have my fucking cat on there. I do a voice
So now
for
you're
her.
an animal trainer.
Yeah, dude,
That's-
there's some real beans wrangling going
Yeah,
on.
because
on this
has
set.
to be.
she's not. Because Beans is not.
She's
like
not
a participator.
cooperative.
You know what I
No,
mean? She
no
don't want to
cat is.
participate.
No.
Especially
No cat
not
is.
that one. She
No.
don't want nothing to do with that.
Actually, Sleazy O has been cat wrangling for me. He's been helping me create my videos and like doing my sound and like running the cameras and stuff, and definitely having a cat wrangle. And he has got some scars to prove it. And I got some really great footage of those too, like where she's just like, why you don't touch me? It's pretty fun.
All right, so this clip is actually from YouTube on the comic book Girl 19.
Hello, my
Check-
beautiful babies. Today on the show, we're talking about Loki. It's about time. Get it? Show's about time. Yeah, I made that fucking thing. It was a bitch, but I figured it out.
So I've been really excited to
Oh man, I'm
watch
kind of
Loki,
blown out.
especially
Right.
after WandaVision.
How is
My
it?
ISO's too many ISOs.
No, I totally skipped it because that falls in like Jock Marvel, which I'm not really here
I got
for.
a lot of shit for
I'm
this
all
comment.
about
For Jock
shit
Marvel? It is
and
Jock
cosmic
Marvel.
Shit. So I'm here for the weirdo Marvel stuff.
What about the Black Widow movie?
Well, I did see Black Widow, but that does fall in Jock Marvel category.
Oh, what'd you think about it, Mom?
I thought it was just okay. I mean, it's a little too late, honestly. They should have done this way.
Hell yeah. I
It's
didn't
true.
watch
I
it.
agree with her.
And they were fantastic, and I loved them so much. They were really funny.
That dude's good in everything.
Man,
David
he's
what's
so
his nuts? He's
good.
good
Totally
in fucking
fucked up
everything.
Taskmaster.
Yeah,
I was just like,
yeah.
oh
They did fuck up
no,
Taskmaster,
in the
though.
theater.
Did you see that
it
shit? It was
such
terrible.
a bummer.
Ugh.
But the most interesting thing about the Black Widow movie, for me, is the lawsuit that Scarlett Johansson has brought against Disney for breach of
money, bitch.
contract.
Make that money.
Get money,
She's
bitch.
totally in the right here. Get money.
Yeah.
Plus, fuck yeah, get that money from Disney. Get out of here.
Loki is a 6-episode series centering on the Loki
Was that
got
good?
away using
Yeah.
the fumbled
All right.
Tesseract.
It wasn't
I'll
as good as
watch it.
WandaVision, though.
I haven't watched either one.
Dude,
I'm more to the
WandaVision.
Jock kind of.
WandaVision.
you like
Chuck.
you like the action
I
scene.
do like action. I do like
Everybody,
action.
it's got something for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
Well,
I
I especially got a lot of shit for like saying I didn't want to see the new Eternals movie. They're like, that's weirdo cosmic shit. And I was
get
like,
outta
no,
here.
that's like lame, like fucking shit.
absolutely
Like,
get out of here. I still didn't see the Eternals. No interest.
No thanks.
Ugh.
It's brown. You want to go see a brown movie? Like everything's brown. Check it out. And you're like, okay.
But I dig the set. The audio's on point. Everything looks great.
Oh, man.
How long does it take you to put on an episode?
I mean, it takes like generally about a couple days to film it, and then maybe about a week or two to edit it. Depending on how fucking heavy it is. So I mean, it takes me, about maybe 3 weeks to get like one filmed and then edited and uploaded and all the things. And making thumbnails is a real art form. I'll tell you that. But as you can see, though, I'm still figuring out the camera here. Like I'm still figuring out like ISOs or whatever. I'm blown out. So it's like I'm trying to get that right sweet spot, but I've gotten a lot, like I said, and plus I'm pale as fuck, so it's hard.
I will say it also depends on what you're watching it on. On this
that's
TV,
That's true.
on my OLED screen over here, it looks really good.
Well, thank you. I got a new mic too. I put on my XIXmas wish list, and I got a shotgun mic.
Nice.
So now I won't have it. See that mic there? It's kind of like in the way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have that now. It'll be away from me, so I can just like fucking not have any mic in the shot. And I'm really excited about that upgrade. And I got some new lighting equipment too, so I'm like so excited for some LED panels. It's gonna be great. But yeah, Cyberwolf and Uncle Marcus hooked it up for me this year.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Just in time for Santa Claus.
I know.
Thanks, Uncle Marcus.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm so excited to use my new shotgun mic.
Have you ever done anything like obviously with the Twitch that's all live, but I mean, have you done any of your the stuff that you kind of do on YouTube? Has that any of these shows ever been live?
I've premiered these shows live, but I haven't done anything like this format live.
Okay.
I mean, I've definitely like reviewed things and talked about things, but it's just so different. Like this, because this has all the images and then like things like the trolls popping up and all this stuff where it's like I would need a lot more help to be able to create something like that. Like somebody like you. Where you can have somebody, making all
Pressing
this
the buttons.
pressing the buttons while I'm doing the thing. But if it's just me right now, so I don't have anybody to help me with all that.
Johnny.
Fuck yeah, I know absolutely. I have zero. Are you kidding me? I don't know how to do fucking anything technological. I can barely get on the internet. Are you kidding? I just learned how to CC on an email the other day.
Oh my god, emails, dude.
There's blind CC too, bro.
Emails, am I right? I don't know how to do that shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
BCCs? Why would you do that? Like,
Yeah, why can't I was like, why don't I just put it in the two? Why don't I just send it to them also?
They're
Why?
like,
What's this?
no,
I don't
no.
understand the why don't I understand what the use of this is?
Dude, that corporate fucking email shit is
You know
all
what I
crazy
mean?
game. That's
Get
a
outta
crazy evil
here.
mini game of life.
Trying to learn how to talk like in emails and
I know.
stuff.
I know.
Like, get outta
As per
here.
my last email.
Like I don't want to have meetings about emails and emails about meetings.
Dude, there's so many emails about emails. It's crazy.
Dad.
It's too much.
Yeah, that's
I like calling and talking to people, but people get weirded out by that shit. People don't want to talk on the phone
People
anymore.
don't want to talk on the phone. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get it.
I hate texting because then I don't even know what the fuck. Like, wait, is that sarcasm? Wait, is he being
Sure.
a dick? Not being a dick? I don't know where this
Right.
fucking means.
Danica's
true.
one of the only people that I talk to on the phone. Like we
Yeah.
we talk like we'll
Yeah.
have an hour conversation on the phone, no problem.
Of course.
Yeah.
But she's one of the only people
Yeah.
that never fucking happens.
Well, I mean, it's just
Right.
interesting.
A conversationalist.
That's
There
It's
you
true.
go. Yeah.
I like to talk.
And she listens.
I try.
I give people no choice most of the time. You're gonna fucking listen to what I have to say. I'll keep talking until you stop talking and start listening.
Well, you always
to my
have
story.
you always have really great advice and really great insights about things. That's one thing that
That's
I
right.
love about you, Johnny C, is that you have really great insights, especially into men and women
That's right.
and the
It's true.
dynamics between men and women and how like all that shit goes down.
And he got it all from wrestling.
I was about to say, all it is wrestling.
Yeah,
That's all he's teaching
storytelling.
you.
Yeah.
Well, it works.
Danica knows about wrestling too, don't you?
Yeah.
You think she knows about all this other nerd shit? She doesn't know about wrestling?
I know a little bit about wrestling. I know a little bit.
I can't wait for the fucking YouTube video on wrestling.
Do you do any wrestling?
I've never talked about wrestling on this show. No,
Really?
I've never done that.
Maybe you should.
We try to not talk about wrestling, but then we end up talking about fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Like
Because
right now.
the only thing I know how to relate anything to is the tattooing or wrestling.
Yes.
So like,
But surprisingly enough, you can live an awesome life by the teachings of wrestling.
you can't.
You can't. Well, it's like Zen. Like you can learn Zen from anything.
Sure.
And it's like you're learning Zen from wrestling.
That's right. It's true.
There you go, Johnny.
You know, we're learning stuff every day. That's what we do here.
Hell yeah.
Tuesday nights on the West Coast Pop Rock Podcast.
Where Johnny makes
Live.
you listen.
He's louder than you.
Yeah.
That's true.
He is loud.
Well, it is a West Coast Pop Lock podcast every Tuesday night, the #1 live podcast.
The number one live podcast in the world.
In the world.
That's
yeah.
right, in the universe.
That's why I'm here.
That's right.
I told this is
Exactly.
huge. It's gonna be huge for my career. It's gonna get a lot of new followers.
Well, it's
A lot of
Some
exposure.
Mexican followers, you know what I mean?
I love
We're not too
Mexican
much into
followers. I'm down with my Hispanic followers.
we're not too much into the comic books, but we can get there.
No,
Yeah,
there's a
there's
lot of
movies.
Hispanic comic book
Get outta
followers I
here.
have. I got a lot of them. You guys are great. I'm down.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to learn Spanish.
Orale.
Oh shit!
Oh,
There you go.
Orale.
You gotta
Yeah.
talk about like Blood In, Blood Out or something.
Oh, we should do a watch along.
Yeah, we should
Fucking
do that.
Blood in, Blood out.
Oh, come
watch
on,
along.
I'll bring some Mexican food. We'll watch it.
Yeah.
We'll watch Blood In, Blood Out.
I have a friend and she's all about comics. She's constantly going out there. She's going to all the cons, meeting all her favorite
Yes.
her authors and writers and
Artists.
people who draw everything. So she's heavy into the comic book world.
Yeah, man. That convention scene's a whole scene.
Yeah,
It's a big thing.
I remember when that shit used to be in Long Beach.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then this shit blew the fuck up because I used to
Yeah.
with K-Rock I would go there and host it, and it was fucking small. It was just the artist. Some nerds would come in and get something drawn,
Yeah.
and they sold like all kinds of different DVDs and shit. I got a lot of kung fu DVDs from there, and then all of a sudden, 5-6 years later, the shit is fucking humongous. San
Huge.
Diego Comic Con. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh my
holy
God.
shit!
Exploding.
From what it
Exploding.
started, yeah, it just fucking went.
It did.
Crazy.
It did.
I remember at the first one in Long Beach, Lou Ferrigno was hanging out.
Oh,
just
dude,
right
he's
there.
at all the cons. That motherfucker is at all the cons.
But you know, so
I would
just like
too.
autograph
If I was
shit,
him, I would be at all of them.
Yeah.
And
Not
there was no
hearing nothing.
line. There was no like fucking. It was just. It was
What's up,
small.
What's up, Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah, I was like, what's up,
What's up,
fool?
man?
I'll give you $5, not 50. Sign this, okay?
Yeah, I go.
But yeah, dude, then it just fucking went bonkers. Man.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah,
I did cons for a minute.
Yeah,
but
getting all dressed up. She won the best costume at, what was that, Dragon Con in Atlanta?
I won the best in show at the Masquerade fucking
She
cosplay
made
contest.
a RoboCop costume, and it was all made out of cardboard though. The whole thing was cardboard. And it was bad.
This was like my first costume contest, and I won the whole thing, and it was like being prom queen. It was better than being prom queen, honestly.
yeah.
And I just like one and done. I was like, okay, I did it.
These
I don't
fools-
ever have to do it again. Like I did it,
Yeah,
and
you
I
can go off on
won
top,
the biggest
yeah.
fucking thing at one of the biggest fucking contests.
And these fools showed up. The other people were like in costumes cost thousands of dollars.
This guy
fucking.
had a whole fucking
you know?
dragon that he had built, like that was like a huge dragon puppet. It was insane. Like I mean, there was so many great. I was shocked. Like when they were like, oh, RoboCop wins. I was like, what? Like,
I know why the tits were showing right.
that was the thing when we were building. It's like, oh, you want to be female RoboCop? I was like, no. I want to be RoboCop. Like, I'm not trying to be like sexy hot girl RoboCop. Like, I'm fucking RoboCop. Because that's the thing, is that they cast Peter Weller because he was such a small guy, so you can build the suit off of him. So since I was a smaller framed person, you could build me into like the proportions of RoboCop, and it worked perfectly. I was correct in my assumption.
I need to see that. Do you have
Yeah.
video of that by chance?
Yeah, I do. Somewhere on my, if you put comic book rolling teen RoboCop in Google, like some images will probably show up, and then I know there's
Or
a
the
video
movie.
about it,
There's
too.
yeah. There's
Oh
the,
yeah,
there's the
I
movie,
did
too.
we did a
A shot-for-shot remake.
shot-for-shot remake of RoboCop of a scene, but then also there was like a whole, coincidentally at the same time there was somebody who was creating a shot-for-shot remake of RoboCop, like farming out different scenes to all of these different small independent people. And we happened to be making one right at the same time. And instead of being like, hey guys, why don't you be a part of our RoboCop movie? They ended up farming out the piece that we did to somebody else who was like kind of like their best people, and like who had the biggest budget, and like just blew us out of the water. And like they redid the scene too, but then just like blew us out of the water. But those motherfuckers were even trying to get the same actress that we had as our lady who was trying not to get raped in the scene. Like, and I was just like, what
the
is
hell?
this?
Hollywood.
I know. It was so
yeah, for
weird.
sure.
I was just like, we could have been bros. Like, we would
Didn't have to be this
didn't have
way.
to be this way. But our scene turned out pretty cute, though. It turned out good.
That's true about your calendars. Like like you went so above and beyond every time you made a
I
calendar.
know. Well, that's why
Like-
that's why I haven't been able to make one, because I haven't had the energy to like, and I just can't compromise and not bring the heat.
Yeah.
You know, like I need to bring the heat.
Dude, every like super obscure movies, like
Yeah.
just fucking
Yeah, I
solid
did like
costumes.
Zealot from Wildcats and fucking what are some of the other like
The
just
Snake Lady.
oh yeah from fucking Lair of the White Worm. I did the Snake Lady from Lair of the White Worm.
How about the love interest from Zapped? Remember Zapped?
With Scott Bale.
Yeah. The blonde chick.
I haven't done that one yet. I've done a lot of cool cosplays though. I want to do a Rachel Summers cosplay from the X-Men, which is like Jean Grey and Scott Summers' daughter from an alternate universe that ends up coming in. She's a variant, essentially. Not a variant, but I mean, she was never born in this universe, but she comes in from the days of future. And I have her hair right now.
Zorg, that was a good one.
Oh yeah, I did Zorg
Zorg.
from because I said I was like, I'm gonna do the Fifth Element, and everyone thought I would do Lilu, and I trolled them, and I did Zorg, and then my
What?
cat was Lilu.
The
Beans
fucking cat was
Lilu.
dressed up in the fucking.
Yeah, and there's like people made memes about her too. Like she turned into a meme. She's Lilu cat. It's hilarious. I'm so glad my cat was turned into a meme. Like I just feel so good about that every day.
Jose said you should do a Dune calendar.
Yeah. I've done. Let's see. Yeah, I did have he was in the calendar. I did God Emperor of Dune, where I was Paul Atreides' son who turns into a worm god. But it was God Empress because it's like little titties on it and stuff. Oh yeah, there's Rachel from Blade Runner, kind of ish thing. So, oh yeah, there's some. Yeah, these are all.
Look at there, you're jacked right there.
Yeah. That one where I'm.
Your whole that's your whole back piece right there.
Yeah.
Dude, let's get the
Yeah,
side.
that's my jacked one.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding.
Fucking jacked.
I want to arm wrestle you.
Yeah.
Is that your wrestling persona?
Yeah, dude, man, it sucks. Like, I feel like if I was a young girl today, like, I would be like, I'm gonna get into wrestling.
Sure.
Like, you can do it now.
Right,
Like, back
it
when I was
sucked,
growing up, it
Yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna be Trish Stratus. I'm not gonna get fucking implants and be that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was Lita,
Yeah.
but that was it.
Yeah.
And today, it's like, man, like, that would have been cool to try to get into that, you know? But yeah, and I did Alia Atreides and the Black Queen from X-Men. Done a lot
Oh,
of-
so that's the store right there where you can get our merch.
Yeah, DanikaXAX.BigCartel.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
So where do we go and follow you? All the new fans that we made tonight, and everyone who's falling in love with Danika. Where do we go?
You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at DanikaXIX, and also on Twitch, DanikaXIX, and then on YouTube, it's Comic Book Girl 19.
Now you saw shirts and stuff like that.
I'm not doing any shirts right now, but I have in the past.
Okay.
Shirts are tough.
Yeah.
There's so many sizes, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta do so many sizes.
Well, that's why.
And then you don't know what you're gonna sell.
No,
you
you
know-
do a
you know?
pre-order.
Yeah, that's true. I did, and I've done that in the past, and that worked out really well. I need to
Yeah.
find a good silk screener, though. I don't, you know.
I got one.
Like,
shit. Oh,
I knew that's where it was going as soon as you said
No.
that.
For real, where it was going
No,
was I was gonna be like, hey, do you have 3X? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because they never
yeah,
have.
yeah.
They never have.
No,
sizes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've had people. I did a Dune Club shirt, and there was a lot of people that were like, "Hey, I need some fucking 3X shirts," and so
Yeah.
I did make some in the past, and
Yeah.
like people were, because I didn't want to upset everybody, because I was getting a lot of angry emails, and I was like, "No,
Well,
I don't
'cause,
want
you know,
to
you have
piss people
big
off."
fans. You have big fans.
Yeah, and that's cool, man. I want to have a shirt for you guys.
Hell yeah. But no, definitely, yeah. You know what? I'm just looking out for the big guys out there.
That's right.
3X Club.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, live every Tuesday at 8. Danika, it has been amazing. It has been awesome. I
Absolutely.
can't wait to meet you in the alternate universe.
Yeah,
I believe in that
Yes.
shit. I believe so. We'll meet
I'm
in
there.
an alternate universe. I've had out of body experiences and stuff like that.
Oh
so,
yeah, people see me in their dreams and shit too all the time. They're always telling me
oh,
about it.
sweet.
Yeah,
Lucky.
In the astral plane.
Yeah, I'll see you then for sure.
Drugs. A lot of drugs, guys.
Hell yeah. I don't even do drugs. But it's the West Coast. You can hear us tomorrow as well.
You catch
Wednesday.
us Wednesdays at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on the Local Music Experience. Download that app. It's free. Support some good people. Check us out over there.
And make sure to follow Danika and buy her merch. Check out
buy
her
that merch.
videos. And hopefully one day we do a Blood In, Blood Out.
Hell
I think
yeah.
it'd be
That would be
pretty
awesome.
That's
dope.
what we should do for sure.
That would be awesome.
So let's give it up.
Yeah.
Aw,
Amazing
thank
show.
you. Thank you.
very
This is
much.
great.
It's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. We're out.
Done.
Holy shit. What a fucking awesome show.
Yeah, that was super fun.